This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after this show.
Don't drink the faucet.
We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, hi, my name is Peter. I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on.
He likes it.
It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
Tonight, I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. To start almost from the beginning, but I'm going to blow through it, and I want you to bear with me because I swear to God that there's going to be things that need to be seen, need to be heard. There's been weeks of news. The stuff is changing daily. It's out of control. I have friends that still are in the touring scene, that are all over the world, that are in different parts of the world, in different countries, telling me, Peter, it's a clown show. Everywhere in Italy, in Europe, and things like that, they call America a clown show. We're being laughed at. The United States of America is being laughed at. God, 11 minutes of no audio. I am so sorry. And again, I don't hear the finished product. And that's the problem because I'm only monitoring live here now. But my friends are telling me this, it's a clown show. And sadly, it's a clown show because there's so much crap going on. We are so divided. Everybody's got mixed opinions. There's the facts are the facts, but everybody believes what they see and read on the news and on. I'm going to go through all of this tonight. You need to bear with me and you need to just hang in there with me. I got a lot of stuff. I'm going to be using videos of people, like I'll talk about one subject and there's going to be 3 or 4 different people talking about the same thing so you can get their perspectives. I'm hoping to bring some light to some things, okay? It's really important. Really important. But in different parts of the world, we're considered the United States of America. It's bad enough that they don't like us a lot anyway, because we've always been like the big bully kind of guys, like do what we say, we're America. But now we're just idiots. They don't have this shit in little countries, problems like this. I'm going to play a lot of stuff. Anyway, I've had some major issues with the broadband infrastructure that leads to this show, and I've had it for the past 7 weeks. It slowly got worse and worse. I was starting to freeze on camera, and then it got worse, and then it was okay. It was intermittent, and then 2 weeks ago, it just completely was knocking us off the air. Last week, we had to run a rerun, and I've been screaming all day, every day for weeks. And it's, again, up until 4 o'clock this afternoon, I was still dead in the water, waiting to go. And then all of a sudden, look, okay, great. But is it going to hang in there and stay there? And then up until 5 minutes ago, or 5 minutes before the show, it looked like it was crapping out again. But I think we're going to make it. At least I hope we do. If I start freezing, somebody else tell me if I'm freezing. That's a big deal. I wouldn't want to watch me. I'd turn that shit off. It's annoying. Anyway, yeah, clown show. So I want you to stick with me. I want to thank you for hanging with me and for being part of the Peter G Show. There's just so much stuff that is important that it's crucial. I have people that I love very much that I completely disagree with. It's like, what planet are you on? But then again, they're looking at me going, what planet are you on? So we want to... If they would at least come to me and try to explain why they feel the way they feel, to try to convince me, I'm in. But so far, no good. So stick with me. This is gonna be good stuff tonight. I promise you. But here's the deal. Let me get back. God bless it. 12 minutes. We'll deal with it in post-production. But it's live. This is what happens when you're live. 12 minutes of silence. So I'm gonna have to pull the shows down, cut off 12 minutes, and then throw them back up again, I guess. Or I don't know. Hi, my name is Peter. This is what separates the men from the boys, because a lot of people go, you know what, this is way too much. I'm done. Way too much effort. But I love you, and I love what I do, and it means a lot to me to do it. So that's why we do it. But here's what we're going to do. Before we get started, I want to ask you to hang in there. But I want to hear from my good friends over at Clean Star Products with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver, and I'll be right back in 1 minute, or I'm going to just throw some cold water on my face. But hang with me. It's worth it. It's going to be a long show tonight, but it's going to be worth it. So try to stay up.
Hello, I'm Tyrone Thompson of CleanStarProducts.com. This is DX1 Driver in the news, and here's what our friends have to say.
So I'm here to recap on the DX1 I've used. I put it in the oil and I put it in the gas. While I'm using it just for about 3 tanks. Cleaned everything out. I got every ounce of power back in my truck.
When Jared's truck was new, it had a lot of power. Then over time, it began to slow down. He got it all back with our DX1 Driver program.
Something you got to see for yourself. It's a great product. It's affordable. And it blows all the other additives and esters out of the water.
DX1 Driver is the finest oil in the world from a California environmental company. It goes into the fuel system and the oil. It's the only green grade product qualified for the carbon credits program, giving you better fuel mileage, lower emissions, and increased horsepower. So join the fuel savings revolution today. Go to CleanStarProducts.com/shop.
That's right. Clean Star Products, folks. All I can tell you is they have a product that works. That's right. I'm living proof. And where's this coming from? All I can tell you is they have a product that works. Wow. I'm living proof. And where's this coming from? All I can tell you is. Can't believe me. Somebody shoot me. They have a product that works. I'm trying to see if everything is working correctly, and there's only certain ways to monitor it, and I'm beside myself. I guess it's time for a tune-up, you know? But either way, they have a product that works. I have a high mileage vehicle. Not only did it increase the horsepower, it made it easier when I step on the gas, I didn't have to step on it as much. It makes your car run better. You save up to 10% in fuel. Gas is expensive. Cars are expensive. Go to www.cleanstarproducts.com, all right? There's a number there. Give them a phone call. Ty Thompson himself will speak to you, answer all your questions. I know that people think, I don't want to spend money on this stuff, but is your car not worth it? It's almost like your body. I mean, how dependent are we on our cars and our phones? So it's not like it's not, something that you really need to take care of, because cars are expensive. They are. He'll answer all your questions. And should you decide to order after talking to him, he will mention you saw it on the Peter G Show. He will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. That's right, folks. Mention you saw it on the Peter G Show. He will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. Just go to www.cleanstarproducts. Phone number right there. Give him a call. That's when you call on the phone. That's how the promo is going to work. Say, hey, I saw this on the Peter G Show. I got some questions for you. And then if you want to order, he will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. Just mention it to him. Tell him you saw it on the Peter G Show. Again, they sponsor me. They know what they do and what I do. I should take a medication today. And they still sponsor me. I love these guys. Their heart's in the right place. They have a product that works. That's the key right there. They actually have something that works. So do it. Do it. All right. This is where we're going to get into the nitty-gritty now. I'm giving you a fair warning. I'm not going to please everybody on this topic, but I have to get through it, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, these are my beliefs. And if you have beliefs, I have no problem with that. This is America. We still have the freedom of choice of, agreeing to disagree. I'm not going to hate you for it. I would love to know why, because I got some friends and I can read some things that I found on Facebook. It's, oh my God. We'll get to it though. We'll get to it. But I have some things going on. And right now I wanted to talk a couple of weeks ago all over Facebook, the threat of Project 2025 flooded everybody. This is what 2025 is going to do with the Orange Man. This is what's going to happen. We're going to lose democracy. We're going to be slaves to the grind. They're going to take away Social Security. They're going to, stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. Project 2025 has nothing to do with friggin' the Orange Man. You're going to find out. I'm going to let them explain it. I don't even want to get into it, but I'm into it. I'm just going to let other people explain it to you. But the thing is, and I'll get into that once I do these videos, it's like anybody can make up anything and say anything and make it into a picture or a meme, and everybody believes it. I'm going to prove it to you. So let's go to the first thing I want to do. This Project 2025 thing is the biggest bullshit. And again, my friends on the left who think that, you know, we'll get into Joe Biden and all that. Dignity and honor. Hang on a second. All right. We're going to talk about Project because they're the ones, you know, it's every week there's a new threat, and they feed you this shit, and you guys suck it up. Not everybody. I love my friends, but I never believed in brainwashing, but I'm sorry, it really does exist because of the phobia of the Orange Man. You want to believe anything but the Orange Man. And I don't care. Ask is like, tell me why. Show me, besides he's a liar. Nobody ever gives me correct examples. They just throw out allegations. My ex-wife was like that in divorce court. Allegation after allegation. We go to court all the time. They got dismissed. But she kept accusing, you know, he's this, I'm not that. He's this, I'm not that. That what drove me nuts. It's like, you know, I got tired going to court. But in the end, I came out a winner. But it's the aggravation of going through it. Most men could not survive it. It changed me. Not bad, but it definitely changed me. Just unnecessary bullshit. I'm trying to get you guys to get through unnecessary bullshit, and for some of you to see the light. There's a lot of people oblivious to everything. They're just working their jobs, drinking their booze, and this and that, and don't have a clue. You need to pay attention. We're in some weird times, folks. Anyway, Project 2025, okay? This is Joe Rogan. I don't know if anybody knows who Joe Rogan is. I love Joe Rogan. He's gotten so popular. And he's talking to somebody about Project 2025 because, again, a couple of weeks ago, it was where the Facebook was. And again, I follow Facebook because I watch how, you know, people take pictures of what they're eating. My mother died. Prayers for so-and-so having surgery. You know, Facebook's real personal. And I love Facebook because I'm personal. I'm a personal kind of person. I care what people think. But it just hurts me to watch this false narrative being projected and just gaslit in the sake of the Orange Man. And it's just pure bullshit. And I'm going to show you why. And if you disagree, you're more than welcome to come on this show and tell me why. You really are. Just email me, info@petergshow, or just go to petergshow.com. You know, there's ways you can leave comments all over the place. I'll bring you on this show, but you better be prepared. Because if you come on this show and you're telling me a bunch of nonsense, I'm going to tear you a new ass, okay? Out of love. Consider it tough love. But anyway, this is Joe Rogan. Check this out. This is Project 2025, the latest scare prior to Trump's assassination attempt, prior to Joe's out and Kamala's in. We're getting to that too. We're going through 4 different topics tonight. Check this out, all right?
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth.
It's 6 in the morning. It's 6 in the morning. F you.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. I've known him
Not
for
a close
years.
second.
The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years.
And we're
If
all
it weren't
fucking
the
liars.
truth, I wouldn't say it.
And these people say that Trump's a liar. Can you imagine still tuning in after that?
Yes. I would fucking wake and bake and let's go. Tell me about the world, Joe.
Well, I used to watch.
Yeah.
Watch this.
But I undersold him when I said he was cogent.
Cogent.
He's far beyond cogent.
Oh,
In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. This is a battle for the future of American democracy. And now is a good time. In June, thank God. In June, and not October, in June, this is the last chance for Democrats to decide whether this man we've known and loved for a very long time is up to the task.
So that's just a matter of weeks in between those two Joes.
Yeah.
F you. And I wouldn't say it if it wasn't the truth. Okay, now we can, thank God we can replace them. Well, I have a theory about this, by the way.
Okay.
So they've never done presidential debates this early in the election season before, right? And so my theory is that his own team sabotaged him. They knew this. So they wanted to get Joe Biden through the primary because now all the delegates are beholden to Joe Biden, means they're beholden to the Democratic Party donor class, right?
Yes.
So there isn't no 50% Bernie Sanders delegates out there, right? They're not going to have any trouble getting them to all coalesce at the convention and pick a new person. So they wanted to get Joe Biden to go through, and then as soon as he got through the thing, they're like, oh, let's have a debate. And then they knew he would look like this, so then they can have enough time to get rid of him. That seems pretty plausible that's what's going to happen. And guess what's going to happen now? So they're going to have a person at the top of the ticket who nobody voted for, because they're going to choose them at the convention, and nobody voted for this person, and they're saying democracy's on the ballot. That's the irony.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
All right. So the setup is, we know that Joe and the Orange Man already had a debate. It was horrible. Joe, but yet we're hearing up to the minute Joe's sharp as a tack. He is brilliant. I can't keep up with him. He does more in 2 hours than most people can do in a day. Biggest bullshit. We knew this 4 years ago. We knew this a long time ago. But the left, they snowed you. They covered him. They kept him away as much as possible. There's a lot of people that just did not see this. And all of a sudden he had that debate, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, he had a moment. Yeah, oh my God, there's something wrong with him. No, there's nothing wrong with him. He's been like that. There's something wrong with you. I love you, but where the hell have you been? You've been sticking your head in the sand because anybody but the Orange Man. Let's move on. So let's go to the Project 2025. So the next threat now, okay? So now we got, they're all of a sudden something's wrong with poor Joe, and the people who loved him are getting ready to start stabbing him in the back, okay? They're going to start stabbing him in the back. It's like, you got to go now. We loved you. I mean, 2 days ago, you were friggin' brilliant, and all of a sudden you got to go now. But here's how we start scaring everybody. We start putting out bullshit memes and just false information about something that has nothing to do with anything but the 2020 Project 2025. Check out my friend Matt Kim, first explanation of Project 2025. There you go.
Project 2025. Fine. I'll do a video about it. It's got to be the most requested topic in the last week, and here's why. Because they are artificially creating outrage around it. Because the virality of the topic is complete propaganda. How do I know? Because they all hit the same talking points. How many times have you heard the phrase conservative LinkedIn? It doesn't even make any sense. Project 2025 is a document and outline made by the Heritage Foundation, their conservative think tank. Project 2025 is basically their wish list of things that they'd like to see done. It was written almost 2 years ago and had been available to the public to read and review. Every 6 months or so, the paid propagandists push out the fear-mongering, and the fact that so many people are asking me about it, it's clearly working. Heritage Foundation is one of almost 2,000 think tanks in America. It's a big one, but not linked to Trump in any way. Want to know what Trump's plan for office is? It's called Agenda 47. You can find it on his website. Just do a quick search. If you want to be concerned, maybe focus on the UN's Agenda 2030, which almost the entire world has signed, including the US. Or focus on the Pandemic Treaty, which the US has also actually signed. You're so focused on document of ideas and ignore actual agreements world governments have signed without your consent or approval. When it seems like everyone is talking about the same thing, more often than not, it's manufactured propaganda.
That's right. We're all, again, they lead you where to think, pay attention to this, pay attention to this, while we're doing that. Signing our lives over to the new world order. Global order. These elites, these pieces of crap, these rich people thinking they know better than us. It's going to be bad. But yet, you keep on leaning that way because remember, anything but the Orange Man, like they've led you to believe he is so bad. He's a felon. It's a bullshit felon. When you bend the law, and we'll get into that too, but I don't care. any practical person can realize it was all nonsense. Stop the nonsense. And we're going to show all that too. But again, I could show you this stuff and I say, here, this is a picture of a blue sky, and you're still going to say it's yellow because anybody but the orange man. What's the new phrase now I've been hearing this week? Any blue will do, or whatever the hell it is. It's like, in other words, it doesn't matter to anything. You could be the stupidest son of a bitch on the planet, but it'll be better than the orange man, which makes no sense whatsoever. Because we all know that there's people pulling Joe Biden's strings. He's a puppet. And that's why he was so good, being old and senile, because he's not running the show. But you don't want to believe that. You think he tells you. I heard him tonight before this show started. He just did an address, telling how he's going to step aside in his best interest for the country. He got forced out. Who the hell are you kidding? Is he kidding? And then he started saying all his accomplishments. Some you may know, some you may not know. But when he started talking about how the border is the best it's ever been since, he took office, and it's like, okay, now you got to know. Because if you can't realize how screwed we are over there, that's just one of the gazillion lies he told in that short little speech. Don't hate me for not liking what's going on. Help me understand and prove to me that I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong, but my eyes tell me differently. You guys just listen to whatever he says. Oh, he's going to bring back, unity, and he's distinguished, and it's all that. Farthest from the friggin' truth. Stop bullshitting yourself. Wake up. Again, I love you. I do. But man, what are you thinking? And if I'm wrong, help me to understand, because this is driving me crazy. It's blatantly right in front of our faces, but yet there's this. They've done a good job selling this whole shit, but not to everybody. But man, oh man, some of you guys blow my mind. I just want to know where you're coming from and help me to I'll jump shit. Look, I was a Democrat. Okay? I will go back if you could show me something of worth, but I found nothing but craziness. It's not my father's Democratic Party or my grandfather's Democratic Party. They have lost control. We'll get into that. Here's another 2025 person explaining the bullshit that there is spewing all over Facebook and everything, trying to scare everybody from the orange man, okay? And this is a black guy, right? Power to the people. He knows what's going on. Pay attention.
What you got to say about Project 2025?
Have you heard of Agenda 47?
Say what?
Agenda 47.
Nah.
It's the actual platform that Trump is going to push when he becomes president. It's listed on his official campaign website. Project 2025 is not to be found there. Matter of fact, Project 2025 was created by a conservative think tank named the Heritage Foundation.
It's supposed to make it illegal to be
homeless. Has nothing to do with Trump. Trump has neither endorsed nor supported this platform. He has his own.
But I saw on BET.
I don't care what any Hollywood elite or BET Awards show hosted by Taraji P. Henson have told you about Project 2025. It is not a talking point of President Trump's campaign, nor is it something that he's interested in. It's just another tool to fearmonger you and to just continue to vote for the same people over and over again and never breaking the cycle of chaos that we see within the black community. Once again, just look at the decades long of Democrat control over black cities.
Uncle Tom.
It makes sense, man. But listen, do you? Be mad at what you want to be mad at, but you ain't mad at Trump.
That's right. I understand, sticking with the party and, regardless, you got to support your party. Your party has freaking lost their minds. I never thought that the Republicans would start sounding more like Democrats than the Democrats. But the Democrats they're just out there. You're not going to get me to believe that AOC and the squad and all these bitches are in our best interest. They're thinking about stuff and doing stuff that's just off the damn rails. Screw them. And they know it. And we're fighting them tooth and nail. Otherwise, I'd be right there with you. I would. But again, all you do is get all mad, throw out accusations, call names, and nobody's explaining anything to me. And there's a lot of people, it's like, oh, freaking Peter, man, what happened to him? It's like, nothing happened to me, man. Nothing. My eyes are wide open. That's That's not really the problem, but that's your problem. My eyes are wide open and yours are wide shut because anything but the orange man. They have trained you to think that this, again, they both work for the same organizations, but I just feel the orange man is drawing the line and saying, we are not going to take America down. He doesn't need to be there. He's rich. They have drug him through the mud and he gets up every day. Not to mention being shot and still, boom, right back in the damn saddle. Try it. It's not that easy. And for those who think that he staged that, yeah, okay, I want you to shoot me, but don't shoot me too much. This is the idiocracy of the whole deal. We're going to get into that. One more, this guy's name, Damian Amani. He does all these fake. He inserts himself in The View and all this. I love him because he really has he's got great, he's Persian, Iranian. He knows what it's like to be in one of those countries and be, they kill you for your thoughts, for your, they don't want you to have freedom. This guy understands what freedom is. But this is one more of the Project 2025. Here you go.
The only question was, what's this Project 2025 I keep hearing about? Which suggests to me that it has, to Amanda's point, it has taken on a kind of virality out past the sort of circle of people that are avid news consumers.
Chris, Trump just disavowed Project 2025. And minutes ago, you showed the exact post of him explicitly stating that he has nothing to do with the project and the people behind it. Yet you continue to suggest otherwise, despite the fact that, again, he disavowed it. And that's a perfect example of how fake news is created. But then again, you work for MSNBC, so I'm not surprised.
The biggest point here is the news that we thought we can trust, we've grown to love. And, when I was growing up back during the Iraq wars and all that, I remember a friend of mine going, man, he's getting off work and he's like, I'm going to go home and watch me some CNN because you trusted the news. These guys all work now. It's like state-owned television. They are told what to say. They both Morning Joe and Rachel Maddow and all these, Joy Reid and all these, how they live with themselves, spewing the crap and you believe them though, because you think they're telling the truth. Because why wouldn't you believe the news? I've said this a million times. I'll probably have to do it another million times. That it's fake. Trump came up with the whole thing, fake news. It's true. He wasn't just saying that. It's true. The problem I have with the current administration is all they do is say what they're going to do. I don't see anything that they really have gotten done. I heard Biden talking about how he lowered medical prescription costs and things like that. That was in place when Trump left office. And I don't know anybody who says, man, yeah, I just paid $35. I don't know. Do you know anybody who says that? Because I don't know anybody actually happening. But they're taking credit. They lie. You don't know the difference. You're just taking their word for it. Can you prove it to me? Are you a recipient of some of these truths, so-called truths? I'm going to go and we're going to check. Okay, this 2025 thing, it's crap. Okay? Has nothing to do with Trump. Has nothing to do with Trump whatsoever. But they lead you to believe it. And I'm going to prove that to you. So I pulled off the internet, off of Facebook. I pulled some of these memes, these like statements that were put on the internet. This is one of them. Anyone on Social Security or disability should know that Project 2025 totally eliminates all benefits. This is what I'm finding on like the left. These people that are so sucked into the whole, anybody but the orange man. This is the kind of crap they're putting on here. Anyone on Social Security or disability should know that Project 2025 totally eliminates all benefits. Seriously? They're just going to rip away all the benefits. And the Congress and Senate and the people are like, nope, no problem. That's it. Just gone. Stop it. Stop it. Stop spreading bullshit. Exhibit B. This is again on somebody's Facebook page. 4 years ago, the Dow Jones closed at 19,173. Yesterday, it closed at doubling at 39.291, doubling retirement accounts. So yes, we are better off than we were 4 years ago. This is the crap I gotta look at. It's like, okay, you know what? You are absolutely right. We are better off right now than we were 4 years ago. You know why? Because the time and point that they're pointing to is when we were in the depths of the shutdown of COVID, because time is flying. See, so it's like now we're at 4 years. You know, actually, Trump was in office almost 5 years ago. It's coming up. COVID hit. Everything was shut down. Everything took a dump. Yes, correct. But we are not smoking everything great. I don't know how you're doing. Can you afford to go out to restaurants? I don't know how people do it. Groceries? That's what I'm saying. It's like, you could tell me how great JB is, corn pop, but I'm not feeling it. And my eyes and my hands and my wallet tell me that's like a gauge. Call me crazy. It's like a gauge. I go to the store. $40 doesn't buy anything. How do you feed your families? We're better now than we were before. Unemployment is at the highest rate than it's ever been 4 years ago. Well, 4 years ago, everything took a dump. So all he was talking about was all the people that lost their jobs or got laid off got put back to their jobs. Some didn't go back to their jobs. That's not employment improvement. He didn't boost the economy worth a shit. We're hurting. Look around you. That's all I can say is stop hating the orange man and trying to make like there's something really great happening, which is total bullshit. Stop it. And look around you. You know, but you won't. Everybody's struggling. I got so many friends that I really, again, love, because love is important to me. It really is. I love them. They're struggling. Hand to mouth. Just getting by. But they are going to go down with the ship with this riding with Biden crap. Because they hate the orange man, because they've been fed to hate the orange man. Yeah, he's tough. He's tough. But that's good to be a leader. To be a leader doesn't have, you know, it's not affecting you. It's helping you. So, I believe me, he's learned a lot. It's going to be a whole different round this next time around. If we can keep him alive. Which some of you good, they missed. It's like, shame on you. Shame on you. We're being laughed at all over the world. Clown show. Here's another meme, okay? Exhibit C. If you're a veteran, you might want to research what Project 2025 will do to your benefits, okay? Number one, nobody does any kind of friggin' research. You're just going to read shit like this and go, wow, did you just hear? Let me tell you, look at that meme, okay? That's a blank black space with writing on it. Now, here's how I'm going to show you how I feel about memes, okay? Because I found a couple of memes myself. Check this one out. Top entertainment leaders say the Peter G Show has been rated hottest network show in history. What are you laughing at? Says it right there. Says it right there. How can you not fucking believe it? Look, I'll show you again. Right there. Top entertainment leaders say the Peter G Show has been rated hottest network show in history. I know. It says it right there. How can you deny that? It says it right there. It's on the internet. It says it right there. I'll show you. Okay, you don't believe me? You think you want to be a smart ass? My show's not the hottest show, network show okay, here you go. Here's another one. Look, highest rated show in network history. It says it right there. My face is right there. That's me. Right there. Highest rated show in network history. How can you not believe it? It's on the internet. You got to believe it. It says it right there. It says it right there. You get my drift? anybody can make anything, put it out there, and then you guys are just sucking it up because you're dreaming to feed on the fuel of hate the orange man. Give me more bullshit that I want to buy into and make it relatable. I'm going to buy into the bullshit so much that I'm going to truly believe in the bullshit. Again, I invite you to change my mind. I'll gladly agree with you if you can change my mind. And I'll say, I was wrong. I'm not always right. Why believe me? That's why I'm having other people's videos talk about this stuff, you know? We've been giving all our money to Zelensky in this war. They want the war. War makes a lot of people money. We haven't had wars when the Orange Man was in office, and all those warmongers that sell all that crap, that they're not making any money. Now we're in wars, and there's all kinds of, you know, corruption involved in those wars. And we're praying, and they make it sound like the poor Ukrainian people. Yes, actually, that is true. The poor Ukrainian people are the, you know, the scapegoats for the upper echelon of crooks. Okay, this one especially. He was a, you know, what was he, a comedian or something like that? And now he's the president. You know, and he canceled the elections in March due to war. So he's technically a dictator now. He says no elections, no way you can vote me out. Look. Last year, I made $40 million. I mean, $40 billion working from home. Ask me how. 40 million, sorry. Ask me how. You know what I mean? And you don't think so? I know he's got mansions all over the world. And I just saw this too. He bought his wife a Bugatti, one of these cars. 5 million, was it 4 or 5 million for this car? And somebody found out. They bought it in Europe. You know, so life's really hard for him, huh? War is good for him. We're like, you know, he's like the poster child for UNICEF over here. But that's what's going on, okay? And again, they keep preying, you know, on you guys, the American people, on the poor Ukrainian people. Yes, they are suffering. This war. The Orange Man, again, I'd like to, you know, that's a hell of a statement he makes. He says he can stop this war in one phone call. That's a hell of a statement. One phone call. And you know what? I believe him because I know that they're doing nothing to stop this war. There was a peace treaty that was done, and they just let it blow by. They just, you know, because war is more profitable. War is more profitable. It's crap. We're playing into all this stuff. I can't believe I left my phone on. Tonight is a disaster. I mean, I'm glad we're up and I'm glad we're running, but I've just, it's been such a panic to get everything going that I've left my guard down. Who the hell's calling me? Don't call me. I'll see thy name. Holy moly. Everybody's calling me now while I'm in the middle of a show. Can you believe that? I'm beside myself. Let me see where we're at here. What the hell's going on here? I want to do your show again. Oh, Vicky. I'm getting a text from Vicky. I got shit to get off my... Actually, anyway. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm getting all these text messages now. All right, so the thing is, I am all over the map today. It's just... I need people. Don't buy into this bullshit, people. I ask you to please open your eyes and wake up. Wake up. And we're gonna switch now. For a month, the reason why they make you hate the Orange Man is because the biggest thing was he's a convicted felon. He's a convicted felon. They bent the law, and they came up with all these cockamamie. They had judges just calling this shit that has never happened. Ask lawyers. Ask lawyers. things that have never happened before. They make up their own rules and all this crap. What's going on? Hot. They make up their own rules and just start going into court and just bending the law for the first time. Just is so corrupt, and you just buy into it. You just go because you hate the orange man. Remember, you've been conditioned to hate the orange man. So I get that. But the thing is, it's all crap. And I am going to show you. Let's get back to this. I'm going to show you, have a few people talk about these court cases, which are now getting all thrown out of court because they're bullshit. But they're so desperate. They're so desperate to get them out of the way. They've tried everything. And this man says, screw you. Screw you. And he wins. You know why? Because it's all bullshit. Even though they bent the laws and the serious orange man haters want to believe, at the end of the day, it's not real. And he spent $1 gazillion, having to go through all this crap, but pretty tough. So I want you to, here's the one thing on the court, the whole Mar-a-Lago raid that has just gotten thrown out of court. So, but we believed it all because they led you to believe it. They set it all up. It's stupid. And being a president, you can have all these documents. Joe Biden, on the other hand, when he wasn't president, has $1 gazillion documents all over the place, just laying around in his garage, places in Chinese university house rooms and all kinds of crap like that, and nobody says nothing because you hate the orange man. Just only pay attention to that. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. Whatever. Check this out about one of his court trial cases. Okay.
Liberals, I hope you recognize the classified documents case against Trump is over. Like, the more we learn about it, the more bullshit it is. So as of this morning, the FBI and Jack Smith have admitted 3 very important things. The first being that the FBI agents were instructed to turn off their body cameras before they arrived at Mar-a-Lago, therefore providing no record of what they actually did and what they actually found. And they have provided no reason whatsoever why those cameras were turned off. They were just instructed to, so they did. Number 2, we found out that all those secret and top secret SCI cover sheets we saw, from all those pictures they put out to the media showing how many documents Trump had. Yeah, the FBI and Jack Smith have admitted that they brought those cover sheets, that those cover sheets were not included with the Trump documents, that the FBI actually brought a bunch of cover sheets with them so they could stage photos. Which, in case you're unaware of how, chain of custody works when it comes to evidence, you cannot fucking do that. Mainly because there's no proof whatsoever that all they brought was cover sheets. They say they only brought cover sheets, but there's no proof of that whatsoever. And then they remove the cover sheets before they put them in boxes for evidence. And you can't do that because it fucks up the whole chain of custody. And even worse than those 2 things, we find that the appointment of Jack Smith as a special counsel is unconstitutional. They had no legal right to appoint a special counsel. Because first of all, a special counsel has to be appointed by the president. President Biden did not appoint Jack Smith. The next step for a special counsel is they have to be confirmed by the Senate. And because he was never appointed by Biden, he never went before the Senate. The only other way they could have appointed a special counsel is if there was a special counsel statute. That statute does not exist. Now, there was such a thing as an independent counsel statute, but that was expired before they appointed Jack Smith as the special counsel. Jack Smith is not a special counsel. He's not an independent counsel either. There was no legal way whatsoever to appoint Jack Smith to be a special counsel without being appointed by Joe Biden and being confirmed by the Senate. He is occupying a position that was unconstitutionally created, a position that is being paid for by the American people unconstitutionally. There are so many ways that this is never going to be a fucking trial. I mean, first of all, they intentionally turned off their body cams. 2, they fucked with the chain of custody of evidence by bringing cover sheets with them. And 3, Jack Smith isn't even a real special counsel. Now, I know the liberal media is going to tell you that this case isn't going to trial because Trump delayed it and it's got a Trump judge. No, this isn't going to go to trial because they've done everything wrong. You can't turn off the cameras to hide evidence. You can't add evidence and then remove it and fuck with the chain of custody. And you can't illegally appoint special counsels. This case is done.
But you can throw out a bunch of bullshit out there and people will suck it up and buy it up and they want to believe it because they hate the orange man. And it's proven. I got friends of mine that just hook, line, and sinker. He's guilty. Lock him up. That man, I'll tell you one thing about the orange man. He knows that they're watching every step he takes. So they got nothing because he knows he's not doing nothing wrong. But they're trying to do anything and you'll buy it. And that's what kills me. It's like, this is the most, and unfortunately our 3-letter organizations have all gone to shit. And they're scared to death because if he gets back in, he's going to clean them all up, which he should, for your benefit. Because besides him, they can do this to you. If they can do it to somebody as powerful as him, it's like, we're nothing. We're nothing. We're nothing. That's not democracy, which they love saying that word democracy. He's a threat to democracy. No, he's not. Stop it. Stop it. Let's talk about old Jack. The Jack Smith scam. One more of the Mar-a-Lago, just because this is only the beginning. I mean, again, the New York case got dismissed. It's all bullshit. They just wanted to just try to detain him, run him through the mud, see if they could wear him out. But you, not all of you, but you were just sucking it up because you're so determined to want to see him go down for nothing. He's done nothing wrong to you. He helped you. But then again, they brainwashed you to believe that he's a bad guy and he did nothing to help us. But yet nobody comes to me and tells me what he's done so wrong when it came to running this country for your benefit, the economy, everything. Nobody. Besides, he's a liar. I'm listening. Again, give me somebody better. I'm with you. But so far, if I had to pick between the two, it's an easy choice, because I already know what he did. All I kept getting told about this current situation, about what they're gonna do, and they've done shit. The only thing they've done is wreck us. They've definitely took us in the hole, but you don't care. You still want to believe we're doing great because the news told you so. Don't believe me. Here's Jack Smith on getting kicked out, losing his ass. You'll never see this guy again, ever.
Yeah, so that famous photograph, what we have now learned, and the government has had, Jack Smith and his prosecutors have had to admit that was staged. And those top secret classified sheets that all the public saw and said, oh my God, look at those top secret documents, those were placed there by the FBI. And what Jack Smith admitted in court this week was that, now we're seeing it again in this classified documents case, the judge could dismiss this case at any point in time, Maria. I think the only reason that she hasn't is she wants to document this publicly.
It's over, gangs. Jack Smith's classified documents case against President Trump has officially imploded. We're going to see precisely how the judge in this case has effectively ended Jack Smith's career and why the legacy media are having a total and complete meltdown. You're going to absolutely love this. And what's being called a slam dunk for President Trump, the classified documents case, the case that crossed the Rubicon 2 years ago by raiding a former president's home at Mar-a-Lago, that very case has now officially collapsed. Judge Eileen Cannon has postponed indefinitely the trial date for Jack Smith's case against Trump. The indefinite postponement, which is the closest thing that you can get to for a judge to toss the case out entirely, comes on the heels of revelations that the prosecutor, Jack Smith, admitted in court papers that the prosecution did indeed tamper with evidence. Now, remember that image the legacy media published showing classified documents scattered all over the floor at Mar-a-Lago? You remember that? And we were supposed to think from that, oh, is this how irresponsible Trump is in treating national security secrets? My heavens, what's next? Are you going to tell me that he stored them in cardboard boxes in his garage? Yeah, well, as it turns out, those cover sheets on all the documents, they were literally planted by the FBI. Everything you see that says in capital letters, secret, secret, top secret, That was all planted. According to the court filings released by Judge Cannon, Jack Smith has admitted that the FBI brought those cover sheets to the Mar-a-Lago raid. They paperclipped them to the documents for the sole purpose of creating that stunt photo of the crime scene to make it appear as if that's how the documents were found. And unfortunately for Jack Smith, that's how he presented the evidence to the court. In other words, they didn't just tamper with the evidence and violate chain of custody protocols, but they basically lied to the court in the process. Jack Smith admitted in his latest filing that he misled the court. It's not that he simply made a mistake. It's he literally admitted in court papers that he has misled the court. And legal experts are saying that is absolutely fatal to Smith's case.
It's all bullshit. Yeah, you know, Trump has these papers with these giant top secret things on them. It's like, it's all for show, but you ate it up. Not everybody. Keep saying that. But the ones who want to believe, because you want to believe he's such an awful person. He's not a friggin' idiot. You don't become a billionaire being a friggin' idiot. You could be a shrewd businessman. You could be a mean businessman. You could be a good businessman, but you're not a friggin' idiot. Idiots do not become billionaires. Now, he has a lot of people that work for him, and they could drop the ball. Seen that happen a lot. You know, you got to delegate it. You can't do it all. In fact, we're going to get into that too. But, you know, so it's not on him. But he is one of those kind of guys, and I know exactly how he is because I keep saying it. I had a boss once who was there. They could have been brothers that didn't look alike. Tough. But he ran a good business. But damn, I hated working for him. Better off being friends with him than working for him. But he ran a good business. Sometimes you got to if you want to have a good business. Therefore, he became a billionaire or whatever. I know his father was rich too, this and that. Look, I know plenty of people get a bunch of money and can burn through it and become broke in no time. All right? You got to have some kind of wit about you, some kind of business sense about you. I make it also a point that before he ran for president, everybody loved him. Not everybody. Hollywood. He was in the movies as himself. Everybody. Even the cows on The View. They all loved him. We loved the Donald. And now they hate him because they're programmed to do that. They get paid to do that. And how they sleep with at night, I just don't understand. But that's it. That Jack Smith case. And let me tell you something. The Stormy Daniels case, gone. They just ran him through the mud trying to deface him. Whether he had sex with her or not, who cares? I guess you forgot about Bill Clinton while he was in office. Monica Lewinsky getting a Lewinsky. The blue dress. Guess you forgot about Paula Jones, who he paid $1 gazillion to go away. I care about how he runs business, okay? I care about how he runs business. Period. End of story. Don't give a shit. People in other world leaders respected him because he wasn't screwing around. And they know it. And you need that if you want to be a world leader. He doesn't have to be a killer. Not Kim Jong-un. Don't like what I say, and he just offs you. You just got to be strong, saying, don't mess with us. And mean it. We're getting run over. We are getting run over. He's going to have a lot of work to do to get us back up. He's going to not be sleeping very much at all. But all those court cases are gone. The woman who claimed after 30 years comes back out of the woodwork saying that he raped her. Why did it take 30 years? All these cases. How come all of a sudden they all come up now? There's a good reason for that. Because it's all manipulated and bullshit that they've just accused to run him through the ringer, to try to deface him, to make him look bad. Think about it. How does that make sense? If somebody raped you, you'd be doing something then. Wouldn't you? In the case of that rape, the woman couldn't even remember what she wore. And then when she finally remembered what she wore, they realized that that dress wasn't manufactured for a couple of years after the date that she claimed that he raped her. Why would a friggin' millionaire or billionaire, whatever he was back then, go into a department store? And it just doesn't make, it's stupid. But you want to believe it because you hate the orange man. You want to believe it. Could he be a womanizer? Who knows? He's a guy. Who knows? Happens all the time. I don't care. I don't care. There was about his character, and it's like, oh yeah, old Corn Pop's got a good one. It's been in business all these years. You know, he's got nothing on him, right? They all do. They all do. But you don't want to hear that. You want to believe what they feed you for whatever cockamamie reasons, even though we're sinking. Anybody but the orange man. It's just stupid. The what's her name? Fannie Willis. What happened to that case in Atlanta? Don't hear nothing about it. In fact, she's getting screwed now because she's been, spending money of the taxpayer money, having fun. Basically, bitter in the ass. Bitter in the ass. And yet, they're trying to take him down. Nothing. It's nothing. I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just trying to wake up. You're so desperate to want to find a reason to default him. Bad man. That you're just grabbing onto everything they feed you, and it's so stupid, but that's how badly you want it. That's sad. Again, with the Stormy Daniels thing, he didn't get in trouble. He got in trouble for an possible accounting error. Wasn't Trump. He has accountants. He has people. It's all legit. There's nothing against paying somebody to shut up. That is legal. Clinton did it. It's legal. He didn't spend politic money or fund money or anything like that. It was his own money. But they try to just twist it and turn it, and they told you whatever they wanted to tell you, and you bought into it because you hate the orange man. They've conditioned you to tell you how bad he is. He's really not that bad. Again, I go by how my eyes and how my wallet was doing 5-6 years ago. Things were going good. No wars. We're getting ready to have 3. As if 2 isn't bad enough. The pull out of Afghanistan. People died. He lies about everything, Corn Pop. Nobody died on my watch. It's like, I beg to differ. 13 people died. Bunch got injured permanently. That's stupidity. We left $80 billion worth of brand new equipment to give to the terrorists. China now occupies this base that strategically was a great base that we should have still had our hands on because it butts right up against China. They took it over. How stupid is that? But they don't want. They're collapsing us so we can be on our knees and then please help us, government. Anything, whatever. You know better. Bullshit. But let's move forward. I want to talk to you now. Last week, or a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Sadly, let me see. Oh, one more thing. Talk about placement and trying to, just because the January 6th thing really bothers me because that was the biggest bunch of bullshit too. Yes, there were some idiots in there that followed instigators, but those were plants. You can tell me I'm full of shit until the cows come home because you want to believe it was an insurrection. Insurrections usually involve having weaponry, weapons. If you're going to have an insurrection, you might as well be armed. Nobody was armed. The person that got shot got shot by somebody from government. She wasn't armed. People went in there. There was instigators in there, and I truly believe there were plants. And I'm going to because your regular people wouldn't have done that. And then you got some idiots that may follow through too. But most people, there's so much video of everybody walking around peacefully, even inside the Capitol. Plenty of video of the cops opening up the gates. I was watching it when it was going down live. And I had somebody that said, well, I was watching it too when it was going down live. Well, it's like, well, then there should be no problem. They weren't busting down the walls. I mean, they were opening it up. They wanted them to come in. It was staged. They wanted to say, look at Trump's people. Bad patriots. It's bullshit. But to prove to you how things are staged, this just happened recently. And we'll talk about this in a second. But this is some kind of protest of all these, like, I don't know what they are, militias or something that are supposed to be attached to the Orange Man. And this is a pure example about what they're trying to do to keep the hatred going, to keep the people that I love, that I don't agree with, the division. But this is what's going on here. Divide and conquer. That's how you do it. Separate us. Check this out.
This is Nashville, Tennessee yesterday. This is the Patriot Front Group. They are exiting U-Haul vans like packed sardines. And let me tell you something. You notice where they are? They're in a parking lot at a stadium. It's called Nissan Stadium. And you might say, well, why is that a big deal? Well, here's why. You know who owns Nissan Stadium? The local government. And you say, well, local government, okay. Well, here's the thing about the local government in Nashville, Tennessee. They're one of 3 counties in Tennessee to vote blue in 2020. That's it, 3. Mayor, Democrat. So you tell me that the mayor finds out a far-right group is coming to protest, march, and spread hate. And he says, go ahead, park at our local stadium. No big deal, we own it. We love you guys. This is all a show. That's what this is. This is a show. So when you, the Democrats, and you, the left, look and watch these videos, you say, oh my God, this is what Trump supporters are. No, this is not Trump supporters. This is your government sending people like this to make you think that's what's happening, to divide us. This is divide and conquer at its best. That's what this is. They've been doing it forever. Most countries have done, most empires have done it, especially towards the end. Because imagine 130 million people showing up at your doorstep and demanding the corruption to end. Because if that happened, they actually crap their pants. And this nonsense would never happen. So, Democrats, please don't fall for it.
You see how phony, baloney? It's like some militia. They all got their faces covered, almost like the Palestinian protesters, all these college kids. They all cover their faces because they don't want their faces to be seen. They're stupid. They're stupid. I don't like calling names, but they're stupid. They have no idea what they're protesting. This is all baloney. It's staged. People getting paid, they put them out, they cover their faces. They look like some stupid little, army. It's like, but you believe it. It's like stupid. That's what I'm saying. The stupidity just blows my mind. Blows my mind. I'm at a loss for words on how they keep putting this stuff up, and the desperate, the ones who are so, Democrat to the core. And I don't care how badly the policies are, but screw it. Down with the ship. Titanic. Times 10. But that's the kind of crap I got to deal with, is people buying into this kind of stuff. Farthest from the truth. Lastly, it's like a little bit of libtardology. Okay? Here's one for you. I like videos. Let other people explain this stuff. I hope you're enjoying this. Please share. Hi, my name is Peter G. Check this out.
If we can just get Trump in jail and get rid of all of MAGA, stack the Supreme Court, ban voter ID, get rid of the Electoral College, and censor free speech, we can save democracy. That's what a lot of you fucking liberals sound like nowadays. And I'm not talking about older liberals from the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about the multicolored hair ones that look like Batman villains out of Gotham fucking City. First off, we're not a democracy, so fucking jot that down. We are a constitutional republic, we the people, which means that we are a republic that is governed by the Constitution, which is a foundational legal document that gives the framework for limitations of the government, and more importantly, protects individual rights. Anybody who's ever been to fucking school knows that you put your hand on your heart and you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, not the fucking democracy for which it stands. It's crazy how fucking crazy the world is right now. And it's only fucking getting worse, so hope you're ready.
That's right. Could have put it better myself. Speaking of self, as I said a couple of weeks ago, there was an assassination attempt on former President Trump, the Orange Man. The spin, the bullshit. There is no doubt that they have run out of ways. They tried to take him down because, assassination is not an easy thing to do. Nowadays, this isn't like the JFK days. Everybody's got phones, cameras. You're seeing it all now. Everybody was videotaping everything. So it's really hard to get away with stuff. Really is. But they still can. They're good. Still can. But this is baloney. You gonna tell me some kid, which they groomed, he's been around for a while, did all this? What kills me even more is when I have some of these people that I know that are super pro corn pop. Way to go, Joe. He was so great. He's not giving up, and all of a sudden the other day he just changed his mind for the better of the country. I beg to differ. He changed his mind because they threatened him to expose a lot of stuff, and he goes, I don't have a choice. They didn't want to give it up. No way. We'll talk about that. You won't believe me anyway, but, well, a lot of people will, because you already know, but the chosen few, even though I love you. So this kid just single-handedly got to take pot shots at former President Trump at this rally. And now they keep investigating, and even the news, even like Fox News has to follow a format, and there's like, nobody says it. But it wasn't this, it was this kid. That's part of it. But who's behind all that? You think he just single-handedly did it? No. Come on, let's stop it. He didn't single-handedly do it. But again, this is a friend of mine, the band Beard. I've played clips from him, but I'm going to let him explain some things because this is how it all goes, because they want him out of the way because he's a threat to them, not our democracy. He's a threat to their world takeover, to you, to getting you to conform to the way that they've been methodically planning on making all shape-shifting all this to a don't own anything, eat bugs, and be happy. Just look around you. If you got tons of money in your pocket and everything's good, well, God bless you. But I know way too many people that are barely getting by. And if you want to buy into this bullshit, then you're your own. You kind of get what you get. You're asking for it. But this kid didn't. And then the ones who want to say that the Orange Man possibly staged all this for empathy. Now you're double stupid. You're beyond stupid. People died, and you maybe say, well, it doesn't matter. It's a small sacrifice. It's what do they call that? Where am I? Collateral damage. It's like, no. They want him gone. Somebody's trying to kill him. We know that the deep state wants him gone. The people behind Corn Pop, the ones that are so scared that they're going to lose control when the Orange Man comes in, because he's going to get rid of them and expose them, and that's going to set them back 50 years before they can try to do something stupid like this again. Ruin this nation. That's why they want him gone that bad. That's why they've drug him through courts. That's why they've drug him through the mud. The man keeps getting up at his age. He's on top of it. And and I'll tell you what, I know that he knows what the hell is really going on. And he's got people. So it's going to be real interesting. But it's scary. It's a scary time that we're living in. They want him gone because he's the biggest threat. He's the threat of blowing everything they worked so hard to destroy this nation so they can take over everything. He's in their way. Check this out. And this is the band Beard talking about how we got to where we're at.
If in fact an attempt was made on Donald Trump's life today, you have no other place to look than the mainstream news media, left-leaning politicians, Hollywood celebrities, social media people like Tizzy, Harry Sisson, Parker, Dash, who have literally been calling for this since the Supreme Court ruling, where they say that Joe Biden should take out Trump because he has immunity, when in fact that's not what the fuck it says. As you say, Donald Trump wants to tear up the Constitution when you know that's not true and not even possible. He wants to anoint himself king, and that if Trump's elected, it's the end of our democracy, which you know is not true, hence the reason you can never explain how in fact that would actually happen. You guys have done nothing but divide this country all the way back from fake Russia collusion, the fake quid pro quo, to fake statements that Donald Trump has made, none of which have been true. You have called for this, yet you're not noticing that they want to take out Trump and Biden at the same time? What does that mean? That means underlying our Constitution. That means underlying our democratic process, and it's not Trump doing it. That means they would anoint or appoint who you get to vote for. You guys don't see this shit yet? If you don't start fighting back and protecting what this country used to stand for, we're fucking done. And it's happening right in front of you with the suppression of free speech, going after your Second Amendment rights, listening to things that Dr. Fauci did and lied about to Congress on video. It's right before your eyes, and you continue to ignore it.
I hope you're paying attention. This guy's really smart. The band Beard. He's on TikTok, the band Beard 5. He's pretty smart. And he doesn't listen to all the bullshit media. He does his own research. He's very successful, believe it or not. And he's smart. And he looks into stuff and he gets to the bottom of things. So when he opens his mouth, it's not a bunch of crap coming out of it. You may not want to hear it because it's going to hurt your feelings, because it's not what you want to believe, but it's the truth. Go look him up, the band Beard 5 on TikTok. So here's Candace Owens. Candace Owens, I like her. Smart woman. Smart woman. A lot of people are in fear of her because she's smart. She doesn't put up with any crap. But this is what her take on the whole shooter situation over there, because this just doesn't happen. Accidents like this don't happen. We are the United States of America and the Secret Service, and this isn't a like whoops. This is a we tried and our plan failed, and now we have to really cover our tracks. But check her out.
You're telling me this guy was able to walk up with a rifle in his hand and scale a roof, and you don't think the Secret Service, and let me tell you, they get there days before. Let me tell you how a security apparatus is supposed to run. Days before, they get in and they look at every possible angle in which somebody could hurt the president, okay? And I'm not even talking about once you get to the Secret Service. I'm talking about if you just have security in general. Before you speak, they will go, hey, this is the stage? Okay, let me tell you, that right there is a problem. They'll mark that as a spot. That right there is a problem. We need to know who this person is. They'll knock on doors, okay? They got to figure out every possible angle that any individual could potentially get on a roof, because you know what? This has happened in the past. People have been shot from roofs. People have been shot from windows. There was a 0% chance that some random person with a rifle was able to scale a roof, unless there was just an unbelievable failure in intelligence. And you want to know why it's unbelievable? Because I don't effing believe it. I don't believe it. I want the names of the Secret Service agents that allowed this remarkable security failure to go down. Because I don't believe this. I'm done with this. I don't believe this, not for 1 second. Having been around the president, having literally almost watched my husband get shot because he came down the wrong set of stairs at the NRA, screaming at him. And I jump in front of someone like, don't shoot him. That's my husband. And you're telling me they knew he was going to speak and they weren't worried about the roofs?
It is bullshit. I mean, think about it. Every 10 minutes, it was a different excuse. The roof was really sloped. It's like it was almost a flat roof. Such a big building. It was just it's just nonsense. Now they got again, insider coup. They knew what they were doing. They were trying to kill him. It's all going to come out. Believe me, in this day and age now, if they don't kill him, even if they do, it's all going to come out, because there's people that are not going to let this go. This is not 1962 or 3, whatever it was. 1963. Those days are gone. Hard to get away with shit like this now. Too much media out there. But the kid, again, it's like, how do you get his kid? Now, which even proves it more, but you heard of BlackRock. I know you're probably all tired of hearing this crap, but I'm just trying to reiterate because it leads up to everything to where I'm pointing to the corruption runs deep. It's deeper than anything you and I know. There's people behind the scenes. You don't know their names. They're the ones running the world right now. And Corn Pop is just a confused old puppet. And that's exactly why they wanted him, because he just does what they say, doesn't know the difference, and loves being there. Fact. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. But this is a quick that you've had to have heard about. There's BlackRock. Does anybody know what BlackRock is? Come on, I know a bunch of you do. BlackRock they own everything. They're one of like Chase Bank. I mean, they own everything. They're trying to control. They're buying up all the houses, everything in the United States, because they want you to rent. They don't want you to own anything. They own everything. They want to control everything. And again, they want you to be just at their mercy. They'll throw you crumbs and you'll be grateful for it and you'll be happy. But BlackRock, I guess, had a commercial about something. This kid, when he was younger, was in this commercial. So he's been in this group being groomed since he was a kid. So they used him as a useful idiot. They pumped him up. He was probably a confused kid. They look for people like that. There's all these psychological operations where they find people who are desperate to belong to something, and they make you feel like you're going to go down in history. You got to do this for your country, and they're looking for a reason to be able to be somebody. And yeah, he was somebody for a few seconds, and then they just shot him. Done. Useful idiot. He was expendable, and that's going to be the scapegoat. It was him. He did it. He didn't do it. He did it. I don't know where it came. He was part of it, but that's not how it really went down. But that's what they want you to believe. So check out this real quick little, just to prove like this kid was part of the whole grooming since he was a kid. He was a confused kid who they manipulated, and now he's dead.
Here we go.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
There was his face real quick at the very end. What was his name? Matthew. What was his name? I had it written down. Again, who's going to care? 3 months from now, 3 years from now, he'll go down in the history. They're going to, he's the scapegoat, the man who tried to kill the orange man. But whoop-de-doo. How do you gain? How do you know that it was beyond bullshit. It was. How does he get on the roof? How does the ladder happen to be there? How come there's no? You just saw the videos. How are they not protecting that roof? They're not protecting it because it was all planned. It's all planned. And this is going to be the video that's going to really. Alex Jones. You can say Alex Jones is crazy, but whatever. Alex Jones knows a lot. And he stuck his neck out for a lot of years talking about this stuff. This is really the ultimate plan. I need you to really pay attention to this, okay? This is really where it's at and where it's going, and we got a ways to go. And I hope to God it doesn't come true, but this is what's happening, and Alex Jones is going to tell you all about it. So here, check this out.
Alert concerning the future of our country, our republic, and the world. The Secret Service stood down. It is the default to have Secret Service and or law enforcement on every rooftop up to a half mile out or further. Those rooftops were 450 feet away. No one was on the rooftops. That is not a failure of security. That is a stand down. Now, let's be clear. JFK gave the order to start the withdrawal of U.S. troops, and 1 month later had his head blown off in Dallas, Texas in 1963 at Dealey Plaza. Trump has said he will end the war in Ukraine overnight. The U.S. funds 80% of it. He has that power when he's president of the United States. And I told you this week over and over again, that they're going to try to assassinate him before the election, and then during the 79 days that he's president-elect, until he gets sworn in January of 2025, is the 79 days of hell. The globalists have already said they're going to have civil unrest. They're going to call it a racial civil war. So let's be clear. Trump will now win in a landslide. No amount of fraud can override this. So if the deep state has already tried to kill him and indicted him and found him guilty and tried to take him off the ballot, what are they going to do? They are going to try to kill Trump. Now, listen to me carefully. I've studied the enemy. My predictions are 98% of the time accurate. And I'm saying this so we can be ahead of this and stop it. The next thing they're going to do is try to poison him and claim it's natural causes. It's got to be extremely vigilant. They'll also try to use the truck bomb. Okay? And if he goes back out in public, the same Secret Service that stood down is going to do it again. Now, the average Secret Service agent is a part of this, but it's from the top, from the Biden administration. Just by only giving him a few Secret Service, that would happen. But the fact that they didn't have law enforcement that augments them on the rooftops is just insane. That's the number one place that shooters come from, is nearby rooftops. That's just a default fact. Ladies and gentlemen, they also haven't given RFK Jr. any Secret Service. They murdered his uncle and his father. The same deep state. So Trump is in maximum danger of poisoning, truck bombs. The globalists might hijack a plane by remote control, flight into Mar-a-Lago. I'm not being alarmist, and I know Trump's tough and has ice water in his veins, but Trump should be in a bunker at this point, and he should directly be charging the deep state for what they've done and call for governors to move, Congress to move, and to start dismantling the deep state right now. These people are not going to stop, okay? And I told you, if they kill Trump, the next move would be a truck bomb or something like that at a black church or a black college to blame it on Trump supporters. And you saw the media try to spin this for the first 5-6 hours, saying it wasn't even an assassination attempt. They were ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. They were ready, and they were going to spin this. So I'm not being alarmist. I'm being a realist. And let me tell you something. They get Trump, they're coming after the Republican leadership that are good, the ones that are good. They're coming after Senator Paul. They've already tried to kill repeatedly. Remember the shootings and all the attacks? And they're going to come after Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and others, because they know we won't sell out. And, of course, one other person is right up there with Trump on the hit list, and that's Elon Musk. And I told Elon he better get more security with Tucker Carlson a month ago, and Musk responded and said, I agree. I think I'm going to up my security. If I was Musk, I'd be moving around all the time, which you know he already does. He's already had a couple people try to kill him this year. And you know they're winding up these mental patients right now. But I'm telling you, when the shooting doesn't work, they go to poisoning and they go to truck bombs. Or they remote control hijack a jet and fly right into your house. Okay? This isn't a game. This is 100% real. And people need to understand that. And all the new airplanes and all the new cars already have remote control systems in them. So I told people about this decades ago. They didn't even understand that it was possible, even though it was in most cars then. Now it's in everything. So they could take control of a vehicle he's in by remote control. Everything is on the table, okay? This is 100% the most dangerous position our country's ever been in. And the globalists want full war with Russia. Remember, they already shot the Slovakian leader 5 times and he barely lived. Orban knows he's on a hit list because he's not a madman and he wants peace. Pray for President Trump. Pray for Elon Musk. Pray for InfoWars. And be as active as you can right now. And understand they've got operatives from the Secret Service and the feds all over talk radio saying, oh, we're going to find out what happened, the failure. We're going to fix it. He'll be safe next time. No, he's not safe. He's not safe. Okay? So the Secret Service that gave the orders not to be on those rooftops, they need to be taken in and they need to be interrogated right now. Or we can just let them kill our president and take over and basically put us into martial law forever. I mean, it's real simple. Okay? I'm doing a show tonight, 4 o'clock Central. I'm going to be on with Laura Logan at 2 o'clock Central. It'll all be posted on Infowars.com and right here on X or Alex Jones. God bless you, folks, but we're fighting the New World Order now. And they're out in the open, and they're going for broke because they're desperate. The momentum has completely shifted to us. Even if they kill Trump, they're still going to be removed. They should give up now. The world has awakened. The sleeping giant is awake, and there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. To the globalists and to your minions, surrender now or be destroyed.
They're not going to stop. They're desperate. It's like a caged animal. When you're desperate, it doesn't, do or die. They're gonna not stop at anything. And I know that the Orange Man knows that. That's balls. Knowing that every step you take, somebody might be trying to kill you. And this can go on and on for years. Sucks. But that's how scared they are of him. Not because he's going to rip away their democracy, but he's going to blow their plans to ruin us. Telling you, sorry, but I just feel he's the better of both evils. I'm sorry if you don't agree. And again, next week, I'll open up the phones, and for those of you who want to talk to me, you can. It seems like we're floating along okay now. I'll get back into my groove, and we'll keep on moving forward every week. I mean, this is just packed full of crap. You realize that the RNC, when they had the Republican National Convention last week, for the first time in history, the head of the Teamsters Union spoke at the Republican National Convention. The Teamsters, who are Democratic to the bone, people. You might as well say death or Democrat. There's no in between. He came to the Republican National Convention to speak on the Teamsters' behalf, saying they are no longer beholden, quote, to the Democratic Party. You know why? Because they are off the rails. They are just out of their minds. It is not the Democratic Party that your parents came from, that your grandparents came from, and even the Teamsters, who are strong. Those guys, I mean, it's like mafia. They're saying, screw this. We're not going to, go with you if it's not going to work out. And they came and spoke for the first time in history. That says a lot. And you could keep the blinders on. Just keep the blinders on and go, oh, it doesn't matter. We're doing better than we ever have. Just read the news. The stocks are up and employment is the highest it's ever been. It's like, stop you're drowning in your own. The only person you're kidding is yourself. The only person and you might have a couple of people to pat you on the back and huddle together. Sad. Stop. Again, I love you, but I don't know where this is coming from. And again, next week you can call in and tell and maybe change my mind. I'm giving you a week to bone up on your information. You better have it. Because I'll take your call. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm feeling pretty good right now. I really am, because my eyes, my wallet tell me different. But the Teamsters who are Democrats to the bone, to the core, are about ready to jump ship. I doubt they're going to make a deal with the Democrats anymore. The Democrats have just fucking lost their minds. I'm sorry. Again, even my own father, who at the time was 91 or 90 when, he started seeing the difference. He's no longer around. But I promise you, I wish he was around, because he was getting the hint. He started figuring it out. He says, shit's changing. And so for the sake of, who cares about being with it just to be with it if they're killing you? If they're killing you and your life sucks and they're draining you and choking you out, you're going to stick with that group just because? It's like, fuck that. Starting to use harsh language because it's like stupid. That's pure. That's in, what they say? And I hate this quote. What do you call, insanity is doing this the same thing over and over again and expecting and not getting different results. This is what's happening. They've gone off the rails. Anyway, your Democratic Party, you guys are losing grip of freedom right now. Let's talk about the Biden out and Kamala in. Let's go there. I think I'm going to go there. Right. Left, right, left, right, Live to your left. Uh-oh, let's see what we got going on here. Paying. Let's see what we got here. I haven't put up a comment in a while. Let's say, praying for President Trump and America. Yeah, I know, but you got a lot of people that are going to say, you're an idiot. In fact, tonight, like I said, before the show started, I was watching Uncle Joe or Corn Pop was giving his "I'm switching over" speech. And how did that happen? We're going to talk about that right now. How did that happen? Just a couple of days ago, he's fit, he's well, he's sharp as a tack. Here we're going to go. Let's see, I got to get out of here before the 2-hour mark. But here's your democracy and all this stuff I want to talk about, and how all of a sudden he went from being sharp as a tack to like, oh my God, there's something weird going on with him. We've known that for years, but they've snow jobbed you, and you've just like, I don't know. It's like you've just been sucking on his tit for so long. It's like you're afraid to get off of it. It's like, what is up with you guys? He was just a figurehead. He wasn't a leader. He was a figure. He's been in office for over 50 years and accomplished nothing. I've played you time after time videos of him, just contradicting himself over and over again. Great thing about video, you can't lie on video. It's right there. Video don't lie. But yet you just want to believe in him because you hate the orange man so much. I wouldn't mind if it was true, but you're delusional. Prove me wrong. I'm here. I'm ready. Talk to me. Prove me wrong. Fuck, I get so tired of it's like, what is going on? I'm not saying that like the orange man's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but show me somebody better. You guys don't even have nobody better. Now we're getting ready to go with oh my God. And all these things is like, I'm with her. I'm with her. It's like, you're with something. You're on something, because she couldn't even get a vote a couple of years ago. And I'm getting ready to show that now. So here we go. The band Beard, my friend, one more time, talking about democracy. Here we go, because they talk about it so much.
So do you feel like you're taking part in the democratic process? Do you feel like democracy has been saved, even though we're a constitutional republic? Now, Ken, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat or independent. You vote for whomever you want and whoever you think serves your best interests. But the Democrats didn't hold a primary. They said Joe Biden was the guy, wouldn't let anybody run against him. They said he was physically sound, mentally sound, that he was the guy to lead the country for the next 4 years. But just a few short months before the election, now they're walking that back and they want him gone because everything that they've told you has been a lie. And the lies caught up. So now, according to AOC, who's been involved in all these high-level negotiations with their billionaire donors that you don't have a problem with on your side, but you have a problem with on Trump's side. I have a problem with them on both sides because I think these people have way too much influence in our elections. But in the Democrat side, they want Kamala Harris gone and Joe Biden gone, which means they're going to install your next presidential candidate. You're not going to have a voice. There's not going to be a primary. You're not going to be part of the decision-making process. So they will install who they want to run the country based on their best interest, not based on yours. Does that sound like you're partaking in the democratic process? Because this is not a democratic process I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Again, he knows what he's talking about. Now, since that video was made, it was prior to a couple of days ago, it was before the weekend, and they installed Kamala. They got nobody. They have nobody. This is how desperate. And now all of a sudden, like from worse to worser. But they're gonna back her up and they're gonna lie to the death. Lie to the death. How like now she's a freaking genius. She's a genius. Yesterday was today. Yesterday and today will be yesterday tomorrow. I don't doubt that she's tough because she's a bitch, because she's been through it all. But is she really that smart to be a world leader? Get the hell out of here. Stop it. And again, she comes from California. She destroyed California and crime. I mean, it's just stop. But again, you will back the blue no matter who. That was the phrase. Back the vote blue no matter who. It's like you're out of your minds. You're only screwing yourself in the long run, and I hate it for you because you're gonna realize it eventually, and I'm not gonna hold you about it and go, haha, see. I just want you to breathe and go, yeah, something's not right. Something's not right, and we might have a better chance with him, even though they told me he's really bad. I don't know. We were doing better back then. Come on. Wake the hell up. Here's a thing with this guy. I'm going to explain some more of the democracy stuff and the media. The media is your worst enemy. You trust in them. Check it out.
What? Joe Biden's not running for re-election, but even within the last 3 months, his own press secretary told us that he was the sharpest guy in the room. He is sharp? The media's been telling you, everybody at home for the last couple years, that he's usually sharp as a tack.
The best Biden ever. The photographic memory, sharp.
Are you seeing how good they are at bullshitting people now? We've been trying to tell you that they have lied to you about almost everything that you had big emotions about for like 8 years. Russia collusion, frickin' the Ukraine phone call, Hunter Biden's laptop, everything that Trump ever said, almost. Calling the neo-Nazis very fine people, zero proof of any kind of election interference, all of it. Please use this as your moment to go, all right, I can clearly see they lied as a group. All of the media and the left lied to me about the mental condition of Joe Biden, and I was gullible enough to believe that one. What else did they possibly lie to me about? And why are we on the brink of World War III and nobody can afford anything and all of our borders are open and all the hotels are stocked with migrants for some freaking reason everywhere and crime's going out through the roof? And who do you think is going to pick who's going to replace Biden? Probably the same people that have been telling the empty suit called Joe Biden to do everything that he's doing to get us to this point. The deep state. Do you get it yet, bro?
Correct. You didn't pick and say, hey, we want Kamala. They just put her in there. So much for democracy, voting, primaries. Do you realize that when they put Biden in this last time around, they didn't let any other candidates run against him? RFK or Robert Kennedy, he had to become an independent. They wouldn't allow him to run as a Democrat. What kind of shit is that? What does that tell you? They keep manipulating the system. You're not really having a choice. They just make you think like you're having a choice, telling you how good it is because you're so, you support the Democratic Party. They're screwed, people. Their old history, shit's got to get rebuilt. I don't mind having a Democratic Party, but it's got to get rebuilt. They have lost their way. Here's the Barstool guy, Dave Portnoy, from Barstool Sports, the guy who does all the pizza reviews. I just like him because he's real honest. Tells you like it is. Check it out.
Kamala, newsflash, ran for president in 2020. You know how many votes she got? Zero. She was so disliked and such a bad candidate, she didn't make it to the first fucking primary. And I guess she's never going to have to get a real vote because she's been handpicked on purpose by the people who have been running Joe for the last 2 or 3 years. Now they're going to try to run her and trot her out. It's disgusting. It's a hijacking of democracy. They knew Joe wasn't fit before, and they waited. Fine. All that, fine. Take it with a grain of salt. For the Democrats, like a Rob Reiner, this is the tweet I saw of Rob Reiner that just sent me off. Democracy is saved. Kamala's running. And all these people now, Kamala, AOC, you just said it was a coup 3 days ago, AOC. Now, Kamala. The Democrats and the left, the way they shit on our face and tell us it's 80 and sunny is so infuriating. Just admit you hijacked democracy. Just admit you don't care if fucking Mussolini or a head of lettuce was running against Trump. You hate him so much, you're willing to trample on democracy, steal the vote from the American public, the most supposedly important right an American has, the right to vote. You have stolen it from the Democratic Party. You have said you don't get to choose who runs for president. We do. A group of elite, small people are going to handpick and shove down your throat who you vote for. Just admit that. But this democracy is saved, and America is saved. It's the lowest point for democracy in my lifetime. Just say you hate fucking Trump so much you're willing to do whatever it takes to beat Trump, and it doesn't matter what rights you steal, stomp on, or whatever, you're willing to do it. If you say that, at least I'll have an ounce of respect. But this democracy is saved when you've absolutely done the worst thing for democracy. It's like we're a third world country now, the way this thing's being run. Just say that, and at least I can have an ounce of respect. And for all the people who are being, Dave, you're dangerous. Dave, shut up. Dave, what are you talking about? Stick to pizza, stick to boards. You know not what one person who has sent me a message or tried to explain, you know not what one of them has done? Explained how I'm wrong about any of it. They're just like, shut up, shut up, shut up. If one person can explain how anything I've said is wrong, I'll fucking buy you a fucking boat and be your captain.
See, he feels the same way I do, because that's the problem. That's what's really going on. Is like, unfortunately, you people who are lefties, you're pissed. You don't like what we have to say, but you don't have anything to come to hey, help me out here. I'm telling you, it's like, I don't dislike you. Thank God we all have opinions. That's how progress gets made. Thinking about things, thoughts, throwing it out there. But I have a thought. You have a thought. One of us is wrong. And I don't mind being wrong. But see, a lot of people they hate being wrong. A lot of people hate being wrong. And it's like, or help me to understand. Maybe I will go back to that side if you could help me to understand. So talk to me, but you don't. You call names and it's like, screw you, and that's it. You have no answers. You just have accusations, and you have your foundation of the information that they're feeding you. And you take it and you run with it because it was told to you without really I'm beyond words. I'm really beyond words on this, because I don't like this has been horrible. This has been horrible. We never had this kind of stuff when I was growing. This is beyond any level since I've been alive. I've been around. I'm not 20 anymore, but I feel good. Come on, people. Get it together. Next week, I want you to call in. I think, at least I say that now, but who knows within a week how much news is going to be going on. I'm taking this stuff and I'm running with it because it's very important. I think it's very important. At least that's the way I feel. But I want to hear your thoughts. A few people have commented, not many. I apologize for the rough start tonight. This has been, I'm telling you, I've been at it since 7 o'clock this morning, threatening to get the broadband and with a certain communications company that has given me 7 weeks of just dragging me through the mud. It's been crazy. And today they we'll get it before your show starts. You'll be up and running. Well, let me tell you, it was down to the wire. So I was frazzled. I missed a beat, and unfortunately, my first 12 minutes of this show, I had no microphone because of a screen that I can't see. Did not get greenlit to let the audio through. So I apologize. But basically, all in all, good show, informative. All right, at least as far as I'm concerned. You got something to say? Send me comments. Go to info@petergshow.com, or just subscribe, share. All right, I want you to share. Help out these people. Help spread the word so these people can hear what the hell is really going on for real. All right, I love you guys. I'm gonna leave you with a. I want to see you next week, but I still want you to comment and share. Sharing is the key. Let's do it. Our country is depending on it. All right. I'll leave you with a little closing statement from Corn Pop. It's just a fun meme. Okay, it's not real, but I think it's funny and I like it. I love you guys. My name is Peter G. Reminding you to always be kind. You don't have to be an ass. Life is a bitch, but you don't have to take a bunch of shit from people either. But anyway, enjoy. I love you guys. I really do. I really do. I love showing up for this show. And hopefully we're back on track right now. And again, every once in a while, you got to hit a few bumps in the road. It's not what happens. It's how you handle what happens. All right? Peace out. I love you guys. As always, peace out.
My fellow Americans, I want to take a moment to address some of the hateful shit you've been talking about me. Many of you have said I am suffering from brain worms or that I have applesauce for brains. Well, I won't mince words, so here it is. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of faggots. End of quote. Repeat the line. So enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice. I really don't give two fucks anymore. Biden out.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce tax.